is, and I'm not happy. Grumpy, grumpy.
Spencer wanted me to show y'all their common room.
Look at this, isn't it so cool?
Even though I'm gonna wear this to Disney. Yes, I will. Disney, here it comes.
You won't wear it.
Hi guys, we're just out here planning Disney.
Washing all of our shoes for Disney. Document that I just climbed Camelback Mountain in 53 minutes. Shot these crazy.
And we're not even experts.
Nothing so.
What?
Wow, this is crazy. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, we're gonna fall. Wow.
Yeah. Fine, guys, this is electronics. Okay, electronics, toys, arts, crafts.
so today I'm going to be doing my little bit late 2018 recap and 2019 goals / resolutions. Not really resolutions because those do not work, especially for me as a perfectionist, because as soon as I fail them, which is extremely quickly, not resolutions anymore. I don't know, it's just in my brain, okay? So we call them goals. Yes, so I know this is a lot later than normal and I can explain. I don't know if you care to hear my explanation, but basically I had a Christmas celebration that got postponed to New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is normally when I film my recap just because it seems like a fitting time to film it. I literally had no time in between Christmas and the New Year's Eve party at my church to film. From then on out, it was just kind of like spending my last time moments at home and then flying back and getting back in the groove here. So I am wrapping up my first week of my second semester of my second year at GCU. So that is where I am currently. I did not want to quit the tradition just because I was a little bit late on it. I still want to take the time to reflect on 2018, and I have been looking at some of my old videos and photos from 2018. It was such a good year, major times of growing for me in 2018, and so it just definitely deserves, in my opinion, to be reflected upon. And also, I've already kind of made some personal goals for 2019, but I want to share them with you guys, what I've been working on. I have absolutely no script for this video, so bear with me. I'm just gonna kind of go with it. We began 2018 with my second semester at GCU, and it was definitely my favorite semester of sophomore year. I mean, both semesters were great. Spring semester last year was just so good because I grew really close to a lot of people and kind of finally felt like I was finding my place with my friends. In a way, it was difficult for me of a season because it was one group of friends I felt super close to, and other group of friends that I had been closer to in the fall I felt kind of distant from. So it was kind of a weird situation. Friends I felt kind of distant from, I definitely feel way closer to them now and have this whole junior year, and so that's been good. It was just kind of a moment, you know, that happens. I remember I had intentions last year with starting to do more on YouTube, and basically I failed right away. 2018 was not really the year for my YouTube channel, I'll be honest. I uploaded quite a few vlogs, but for my main channel, I uploaded 5 or 6 videos the whole year, which is probably the least I've ever uploaded in a year, just because I was focused on other things, college, and then summer I was working, I was busy. I honestly didn't have a ton of inspiration for YouTube. At the time, my channel has kind of been in a weird spot because it used to be a lot more makeup, girly, lifestyle type of deal, and now it's definitely moved on to be more of a vlog style channel, which also confuses me when it comes to my vlog and main channel. I do wish that I would have maybe just created one channel from the beginning, but when I created my channel, YouTube was just a little bit different than it is now. It was a lot more professional types of videos that I've never really produced. And now it's just a lot more chill of an atmosphere on YouTube, which I actually love because it's easier for more people to do, you know? Not everyone has the ability to create super professional looking videos or hire professional crews or whatever. So it kind of is YouTube is in a way going back to its original roots. But anyways, that was kind of a bunny trail. Rabbit trail. My hair is looking flat. I can't stop looking at my hair. It's really bugging me. I'm sorry if I touch it a lot. I'll try to stop. One of my greatest highlights from spring semester, growing close, super close with my transfer friends here at GCU, just kind of that friend group. We went to Disneyland for President's Day weekend, and that was the first big overnight, multiple nights trip that I'd ever taken with friends, just alone, you know. It honestly was just the time of a lifetime. The whole week before, we were preparing and shopping and planning. It was just absolutely so much fun. We spent 2 full days at Disneyland and then a little bit of time at the beach. The drive home was kind of a little of a bumpy ride because we were all so exhausted. And I have vlogs up from every day of that trip, so if you want to check those out, I'm gonna have at least a playlist or something in the cards. I also had such a fun spring break. I just stayed on campus for spring break. First weekend, my parents came in from town and we traveled all through Arizona. So we went to Sedona and did a hike, and then we went to Flagstaff and we went to the Grand Canyon, and we went to a really yummy Italian restaurant, and then we also went on one more hike in Flagstaff. It was just a really fun time. And then my parents, we all came back after 3 nights I believe, and they stayed one more night in Phoenix while my friends from home arrived. My lifetime friends, high school friends, came in, and it was so much fun. The next morning we all went to brunch, and then after that me and my friends eventually injured. We had a pool day, then we went to Scottsdale, then we went to Sedona, we went to the hot tub that night, then we went to Flagstaff. We did like 3 different hikes. We went to the Grand Canyon. It was such a solid spring break, something I will never forget. It was just so much fun having my family and friends from home come and visit me and explore Arizona with me. It was an absolutely awesome time. Me and my friends vlogged our time during that spring break as well on my vlog channel. So those are like definitely the highlights from my spring semester last year. Then me and Colette, we drove home together, so that was wild. A 16-hour road trip with just me and my friend. Never done something like that before. So spring semester last year was definitely a time of firsts for me. A lot of growing, a lot of traveling on my own. It was super cool. So it was just cool to grow through that. Me and Colette vlogged that whole trip coming home. It was a really exciting, eventful trip. You should check that out. Just, you know, the process of like moving out on our own and driving many hours on our own. Spring semester was just such a good semester. I just really felt like I had found my place at GCU. This summer, I didn't do a ton of stuff. I actually mostly worked, just, you know, saving for school. And I also work a lot at my church over the summer. It is my absolutely favorite place to be. And it is why I feel called to go into the ministry. My church has completely shaped me as a person and taught me and grown me so much. So when I'm at home, I am spending my time at church. It's just my passion. It's what I love to do. It's what I'm going to school for. We have a church camp with our youth group every summer, and I do a lot of the planning for that. And this summer, I actually kind of took the reins on the worship, and I involved a lot of students in the worship, so it was like different than what we had ever really done. I just had never like done it all completely by myself. It was a lot of fun and a time of growing again for me. Such a good camp, and a lot of lives were changed and affected and touched by that time at camp. Maybe one of our biggest camps ever, and I don't know, it was just such a good year. Absolutely one of my favorite things. This summer is going to be our 10th camp as a church, and I am so pumped. I cannot even wait. That was a big part of my summer. But my friends were actually away at a camp for most of the summer, so that's another reason that my summer was like slightly uneventful, because I was kind of chilling by myself with my fam, you know, and my friends weren't really in town as much. But I was in a wedding for the first time as a bridesmaid. I've never been a bridesmaid. I've been in a wedding quite a bit, but never a bridesmaid, and this was the first time like one of my close friends was getting married, so that was a really fun experience. I did like makeup for the bride and some of the bridesmaids. We had like bachelorette party, we had personal shower and the rehearsal dinner, and then we like set up for the wedding and all that kind of stuff. It was just a really fun time with my friends and getting to bond and hang out with some of my older friends from high school. It was a lot of fun. Definitely one of the highlights of my summer was that wedding and just hanging out with everyone. Those were like the 2 main things that happened this summer, was the wedding and camp, and we also did a VBS at my church. And then come time to come back to GCU in the fall, I honestly just never felt ready, and it was kind of a tough thing. I just did not want to leave home because we were also moving houses, and I had just really grown to love the house that we were living in. And you know, it's just hard to like have this thought of like, when I come back at Thanksgiving and at Christmas, like this not gonna be this house anymore. And so it was like I was having to say bye to home, my friends and family, and I was also having to say goodbye to this house. Just knowing that I wasn't gonna see my family for literally like almost 14 weeks was like the longest I've ever gone without seeing them. And so it was a little bit tough. I also had to leave my mom, like me and my dad drove by ourselves. We weren't able to all go. And so that was really tough. Me and my dad had a good road trip. I brought my car down, so that was exciting. I drive a really small car, so it was kind of hard to pack everything in such a tight space, but we ended up doing it, and it was a little bit squishy on the way down, but it was still good. Made it safely. Moving into an apartment is a lot bigger of a deal than moving into a dorm. There's just so much stuff you need for an apartment, and there's no way that it was all gonna fit in my car. And so we had to do like so much shopping as soon as I got here. So me and my dad shopped for like hours and hours. We moved in as much as I could, and then like I didn't even really get to get settled, and I had to take him back to the airport. So it was just like a lot of like craziness. And then I was on welcome crew, so I moved in a week earlier than I would have. So we went to a welcome crew event, then we played Spicy, you know, and it was good to be back with everyone. It was fun. It was weird. It was like we almost never left. So then we had training the next day, and then I went shopping with my friends. Yeah, so I did a ton more shopping with my friends. It was just like the craziest time, and it took us a long time. I think I settled into my room probably by the time classes started. My room was like decently settled, and then we started welcome crew, which means I helped people move in, and I helped helped people move in for 3 days out of the week. It was a lot of fun and also probably the most exercise I've ever done in my whole life. I definitely don't regret doing it, but it was a lot of work. Spirit of GCU is just so so much fun, and I got to meet so many of my subscribers during Welcome Week. It was just such a cool experience, and so people would drive up and like hang their head out the window and be like, Callie, I watch you on YouTube, and that was the coolest thing ever because up until this year I'd never like been really recognized for my YouTube channel. Like nobody's like come up and said hi to me. Something that has happened this semester is so many people have come up and said hi to me, and that literally means the world to me. You know, I've spent almost like 7 years or something on YouTube, and to like just feel like I'm really like making a connection with people and like putting out content that people want to see, like that's just such a special thing to me, and it makes me want to work harder on my YouTube channel. That's kind of why I'm frustrated at myself for 2018. Like, why didn't I upload more? I had so many opportunities and I just didn't upload. This is such a special time that I get to be at GCU and like put out these videos that I know people really love to watch. My life's not gonna be consistent of college stuff for much longer, so like I don't want to slack on uploading right now when I have so much to be uploading. Then we had like a couple of days of just chillaxing by the pool, hanging out before classes started, getting settled in. And then it took like weeks to get like our common area, like literally like probably 7 weeks to get it all like decorated and stuff. So anyways, moving on from all of that, last semester was definitely, it was a change. It was an adjustment, as you know, I kind of had these expectations that I was going to come back and it was going to be just like everything was in the spring, and it didn't really turn out that way. And it wasn't necessarily like all bad or anything, just like it's just a thing where people are growing, people are changing, friendships change, and that's just kind of what happens. It definitely was a time of growth and adjustment for me. I'm not the best. I'm an introvert for sure, actually. I don't know why I said a little bit. Like, I love being outgoing. I love going to basketball games. I love going on hikes and road trips and things like that. But socially, I'm just like a little bit of an introvert, or a lot of it of an introvert. It just takes me a while to like get to know people, and I just don't naturally like go and mingle. I get a lot of energy and rejuvenation from like being by myself, but also too much time by yourself is just not good for me. You know, I definitely realized over the semester and just like over the break that I definitely need to put myself out there more. So that's one of my goals this semester and year, but we'll get to that later. This semester was just a lot of change, you know. I grew close to like new people, which was cool, you know. I also got more involved in like some projects like in the studio and stuff. I did a little bit more songwriting than I did last year, which songwriting has never really been like that easy of a thing for me. So that's been somewhere I've struggled with a little bit, but I'm really working to kind of get more into it. It's not really my focus. My focus is more ministry. That's what I'm passionate about more so. I'm not really looking to like tour or record as much as I just want to be in the church working. That's where I find my passion. And I also find my passion in doing things like media and advertising in the church. But I definitely found myself growing in that. It's growing closer to new people that I maybe kind of had lost touch with last spring. So basically, I came home for Thanksgiving and it was a much needed time of break. I had not seen my family for so many weeks, and that I just had never done that before. It was tough, but I made it, and it was so good to be back home and be with my family. Just so rejuvenating. And then I came back for finals, and it was such a good 2.5 weeks. You could tell that everyone was so like rejuvenated by their Thanksgiving break, and it was so good to hang out with everyone again and just crush finals. And we did so many fun things, and then we went home for Christmas. Another wonderful break. Enjoyed it so much and had a great Christmas concert. Christmas season with my church and with my family and with my friends. I got to hang out with them so much, and I missed them so much, and it was so good to do so many different fun things with them. Now we're back for spring, and honestly, this whole week has been so good, and I've just felt so energetic. Something I didn't mention about my year is that I have been struggling with like a back injury, and so that has really put a damper on my mood at times. And I don't know, ever since I came back, it has just been kind of this thing where I've just decided to push that aside and just work through it and do my best to be healthy with it, but also just not let it keep me back too much, because I don't want to hold back because I have like this injury. It's by the grace of God, you know, that I've had the energy that I have, inspiration that I have had, and I've had definitely moments of like being tired or being sad or being just, you know, a little bit lazy or whatever. But overall, this week has been so good and so inspiring, and I'm just ready for a new week, or a new a new semester. You know, finishing up my time here at GCU, I'm like halfway through, which is crazy to me, and it has been such a good time. I'm so thankful that God has called me here. I'm learning and growing so much. I'm just like the type of person that I needed to move away, and I needed to experience things on my own. I'm independent in a sense, but I'm also extremely dependent in a sense. My independence is that like I am like okay in who I am, like I'm confident in myself as a person, but my dependence comes in where it's like I don't want to go put gas in my car, you know, I don't want to do this by myself. It's like, it's hard to explain, but maybe you get where I'm coming from. I have independence in a sense, but I also depend on people a lot for comfort. Anyways, basically I needed this to just grow more independent and as an adult and learn about myself. I can't even tell you how much I've grown in my relationship with God. Being by yourself and like having those moments of feeling alone or feeling kind of like you don't know what to do next, you know? You don't know what the next step is, or you don't know what to do in this situation. Like there's just been so much where I have gone to God, and it's not been perfect the whole time, you know. I haven't like had a perfect quiet time every single morning, but my relationship with God has been closer than it ever has been in my life since I've been at GCU. I don't know, for some reason I just feel so close to him here, and I just feel like such a spirit of God on this campus. I honestly do. It is so beautiful, and it's clearly grown like in God, you know. It's just been an experience of growing in so many ways. It's like I can't even hardly explain it. But yeah, I've just been so thankful for this experience, and I'm really excited to see what 2019 brings. I can't even hardly begin to imagine, honestly. I just know it's going to be great. God has got great things in store. He is the God of the promise. He moves in our lives and writes our stories. I also this year, I kind of forgot to mention this, but something absolutely amazing that happened, that I got hired for like literally a dream job, and I am just so excited and pumped about it. I literally like get butterflies when I think about it. It's just so cool and so exciting, and I can't wait to just delve into that more. So I believe that wraps up my recap. To move into my resolutions, I've kind of spoken on it a little bit, but basically my goals are to be more energetic. I think I just said that totally wrong. Energetic. Just, you know, not let laziness get the best of me as much as possible, because laziness is just an issue I deal with. I just need to not be lazy, okay? So going with the not being lazy thing, I don't want to be lazy on YouTube. You guys are gonna have to hold me accountable, okay? Right now, go follow me on Instagram, and if I ever start getting lazy, send me a DM and be like, girl, where are your videos? And I'll be like, hey, I better upload, okay? Seriously, guys, I love YouTube. I love when I'm consistent on it. I love when I'm uploading a lot, but sometimes I just need that push to get there. This year my goal is to just not like lose sight of the great like response and result that I get from uploading YouTube videos, and how I do kind of want this to be a part of my career as I grow up, and so I don't want to stop working on that. I also just want to be more productive, and also like not go to my room as much. After a long day of being out at class and hanging out with people, I need time for myself to rejuvenate, and that's just who I am. But I also don't want to only be in my room. I want there to be days when I do go out and like hang out at GCBC or hang out in the studio or just whatever with my free time, rather than being by myself too much. I need balance in my life, okay? Like I like to be busy, but I don't want to be so busy that I can never like breathe or take time to spend with God. One of my resolutions is usually to like be healthier, exercise. I don't exercise, okay? I've understood this about myself at this point in my life. I've had like random spurts of like 2 weeks of like exercising for a long time. Mostly I have been scared I'm going to injure myself further, but I've learned a little bit more about what's going on, and so now I know that being active is actually going to be more beneficial for me in the long run. My goal is to just start some small exercises and just simple yoga poses that can help strengthen my core and my back. Yeah, I think pretty much my words for this year kind of are like productivity and like positivity. I feel like that pretty much encompasses everything. I do want to make healthier decisions when I have the opportunity to. I think I have accomplished this semester so far. Just since I've been back and like after the holidays and everything, I've already just been way healthier and just way in like a better mindset, even though I was like, I felt great at home and everything too. It's just been good to get back here and like get in the groove, you know? I think that pretty much covers all my goals for the year. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching the recap and resolution / goals video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it like kind of maybe inspired you, and I wish you all a happy new year and 2019 and semester if you're in school. Finish strong. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye!